Ever walked past a bank and wondered, do they even have physical locations anymore? In today's digital age, it's a valid question. We bank on our phones, transfer money with a tap, and sometimes it feels like branches are becoming relics of the past. But what about newer players in the financial world, like Equitable Bank? Do they embrace the digital-only model, or do they still value the presence of brick and mortar? That's exactly what we're diving into today. Now, before we specifically answer the question about Equitable Bank's branches, let's set the stage. The banking landscape has dramatically shifted. Traditionally, banks were built around the branch. It was the central hub for everything: opening accounts, depositing checks, getting loans, and seeking financial advice. But the internet changed everything. Online banking emerged, offering convenience and accessibility like never before. Then came mobile banking, putting the power of a bank branch right in your pocket. This digital revolution has led some banks to significantly reduce their branch networks, focusing instead on online and mobile platforms. They argue that branches are expensive to maintain, and customers prefer the ease of digital banking. On the other hand, many banks still see value in physical locations. Branches offer a human touch, a place for face-to-face interaction, especially for complex financial matters. They can also serve as a vital link to local communities. So, where does Equitable Bank fit into all of this? Well, Equitable Bank is a Canadian bank that has a somewhat unique approach. They've been around for a while, and they've carved out a particular niche in the market. They're known for their focus on specific areas like mortgages, commercial lending, and savings accounts. They aren't your typical full-service, everyday banking institution. Now, to the burning question, does Equitable Bank have branches? The short answer is yes, but it's not quite as straightforward as you might think. Equitable Bank doesn't operate a vast network of traditional retail branches like some of the big banks. Their branch presence is more focused and strategic. Instead of widespread retail locations, Equitable Bank primarily operates through a combination of channels. They have a strong online and mobile presence, allowing customers to manage their accounts and conduct transactions digitally. This is a core part of their strategy, recognizing the importance of digital convenience. However, they also maintain a presence through what they often refer to as banking centers or offices. These are not your typical, large, multi-teller branches. They're more focused on specific services and client interactions, particularly in areas like mortgages and commercial lending. These locations often serve as hubs for their specialized teams, providing expertise and personalized service. Think of it this way: if you're looking to open a simple checking account or deposit a check, you're likely going to handle that online or through their mobile app. But if you're looking for a mortgage, or if you're a business seeking commercial financing, you might interact with Equitable Bank through one of their banking centers. This hybrid approach allows Equitable Bank to offer the convenience of digital banking while still providing the personal touch and expertise needed for more complex financial products. It's a strategy that reflects their focus on specific market segments. Now, it's important to understand why Equitable Bank has adopted this approach. Several factors contribute to their strategy. First, as mentioned, they focus on specific areas of banking, such as mortgages and commercial lending. These areas often require more personalized interaction and expert advice, making physical locations valuable. Second, maintaining a large network of traditional branches is expensive. By focusing on a smaller number of strategic locations, Equitable Bank can manage costs effectively while still providing necessary services. Third, the rise of digital banking has fundamentally changed customer expectations. People want the ability to manage their finances online and on their mobile devices. Equitable Bank has embraced this trend, investing heavily in its digital platforms. So, in essence, Equitable Bank has adapted to the changing banking landscape by offering a blend of digital convenience and targeted physical presence. They haven't abandoned the idea of physical locations entirely, but they've redefined what those locations mean and how they're used. They aren't trying to compete with the big banks on branch count. They're focusing on delivering specialized services through a combination of digital channels and strategic physical locations. This model allows them to be agile and responsive to customer needs in a rapidly evolving market. It's a model that many other financial institutions are also exploring, finding a balance between the digital and the physical. Now, you might be thinking, where can I find these Equitable Bank locations? The best way to find their banking centers or offices is to visit their official website. They usually have a branch locator tool or contact information that can help you find the nearest location. Keep in mind that their physical presence is more concentrated in certain areas, so it's always best to check their website for the most up-to-date information. It's also worth noting that the banking landscape is constantly changing. Banks are continually evaluating their strategies and adapting to new technologies and customer preferences. So, while this information is accurate at the time of this video, it's always a good idea to check with Equitable Bank directly for the latest details on their branch network. In conclusion, while Equitable Bank doesn't have a widespread network of traditional retail branches, they do maintain a presence through strategic banking centers or offices, primarily focused on their specialized areas like mortgages and commercial lending. This hybrid approach allows them to offer the convenience of digital banking while still providing the personal touch and expertise needed for more complex financial products. It's a reflection of their focus on specific market segments and their adaptation to the changing banking landscape. They've embraced digital technology while still recognizing the value of physical locations for certain types of interactions.